What's up, y'all? What's up? What's going down? What's going down? How y'all doing out there? We're gonna give y'all a couple minutes to chime on in.
Chime on in.
So chime on in, and whenever you get in, go ahead and put a like in the whatever
chat.
platform you own, and then go ahead and state what your claim is when you get in here. Go ahead and type of something, say hello or something.
Send us a high five.
Hopefully y'all can hear us real good out there, and if not, let us know quickly. That way we can fix.
They probably can hear that. Yeah, that was my bad. I had a cough attack right before we started, so that's what it is. But anyway, it's hump day. It's the hams back in effect, live, raw, uncut.
Yeah, hopefully y'all had a good week.
I ain't got no COVID.
Yeah, that's what I be talking about, Joy. She over here coughing SARS on everybody. Won't even cover her mouth when she do it.
No,
she just
need
coughs.
to. I'm one of the most healthiest people you can ever meet.
Yeah.
Yeah, know what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, y'all chime on in. If you're coming on in, go ahead and give us a like. We got a lot to talk about tonight.
Ooh-wee.
And you know how it is.
We out there looking for Reggie.
I'm sure y'all heard the news.
We looking for Reggie. Before we get into it, let's introduce ourselves. I am Treasure Cheltenham, and I am one of the hams.
I'm Sean Cheltenham, and I'm one of the hams.
And this is the Ham Show.
You watching the Ham Show, y'all. Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Y'all chime on in with us. Tell a friend, tell your mama, tell your homie, tell your friends.
Tell your dad.
Tell your dog. Tell everybody.
Chris is in the building. What's up, Chris? He said we both look and sound great.
Good.
Appreciate you, Chris.
That's good. Jordan in the building, Chris in the building. Thank you for the like. Mimi in the building. What's up, baby girl?
What's up, Mimi?
Thank you for the like out there. We appreciate y'all. We're going to give y'all a little bit more time today. How was your day today, baby?
My day was good. Actually, I rested and I ain't do nothing. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't do shit today, but it was nice.
Oh, yeah.
It was nice.
You ain't do nothing?
Not nothing. Not nothing.
You did not a damn thing. Not a damn data.
Thank you, baby. I washed it, and I tried this new blow dryer brush thingamajig, and I kind of like it. Kind of like it a little bit, but
What's up, Isis? How you doing,
baby?
man?
I'm just letting it. My daughter told me about this thing, so I was just trying to see what it do. So I washed my hair real quick, and I'm gonna figure out what to do with it tomorrow.
Chris said he making garlic mashers.
What is a garlic masher?
He said, I'm listening, but I have to step away for a few. He over there working on his dinner.
His garlic mashers.
Yeah.
Ooh-wee.
Today was weird for me, man. This morning I woke up, had a good night's sleep. Everything was straight. Appreciate it, babe. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
He got to get his hair cut.
Had everything straight and, got up out of the house at a decent time. Stopped over there at the little Chevron right there by the freeway. And here we go. We got the dude that don't like his damn job that works behind the counter of things. So I'm in the spot, right? I'm getting
in the spot.
I'm getting my 2 teas for $4 unsweeted. Unsweeted 2 teas for $4, right?
Here we go.
Right. And so I'm in there, I'm grabbing my stuff. I get the 2 teas, I put it on the counter, boom. And I go, you know what? I'm feeling like some salt and vinegar Lay's chips, right? Which is it's on the counter. It ain't like I'm like going like to an aisle or nothing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I walk around the counter right there, 2-3 steps away. I grab the Lay's, and since I'm right there by the counter, he's standing there. I went to give him the Lay's.
Okay.
He looked at me like,
what you handing me this for?
So I looked at him like,
So it was a look off.
Right, we had a straight look, a stare down. We Care Bears stare at each other. It felt like a minute and a half, right?
Oh Lord.
So he looking at me, I'm looking at him. I'm looking at him. He looking at me. He looking at me. I'm looking at him, and we both looking at each other like we don't like. Maybe I'm supposed to ring it up. You know what I'm saying, or something.
Like, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I took the chips and I laid it down on the counter on the right side. So my drinks was on the left side of the computer. And my chips I laid down on the right side of the computer because I had to walk all the way on the side of the counter to that side. And I was like, here, so he could just ring it up by the time I got over there. Boom, bow, I'm out the door, right? But mind you that this dude's mad every morning, right? He doesn't say shit to me, like no instruction, like, can you walk that around to the other side? Like, you know, I would accommodate him.
He's just angry cuz.
He just angry cuz, angry blood, he from angry sets, all the sets.
Steph said he ready for this shit show tonight.
So look, I put the chips down. He look at me like I fucked up his whole process. So I said, thank you kindly, sir.
Right. Yeah,
right. And then he looked at me again and I said, thank you kindly, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you. Then he started to ring it up. Then he's ringing it up. It take a minute for the thing to show, you know, for me to pay, you know what I'm saying? Which is his fault because he waiting a hell long time to do the press the button.
He too busy staring you down.
He trying to stare me down, right? Yeah. Mind you that this dude's mad every morning. It don't matter what it is. He don't say hi when you walk in like the other clerks do. Like he just like nigga. Like so he rings my shit up. He puts it in a bag, and then he grabs the bag, and then he holds the bag by the tip of the two handles, and then hands me the bag. And I go, like that, like something was stanky in the bag. You know what I'm saying? So I'm laughing, like I'm smiling, like, and I said, thanks again, man. I appreciate it. And then I walked out. But I said all that to say this. If you don't like your fucking job, quit. Go. I mean, if you mad at your own life choices because you took a job that was a shitty ass job to you, why you gonna take it out on the whole world? If you don't like clerking, don't be a fucking clerk.
Don't clerk. That's my thing. When people be like, and what pisses me off is people try to
make it like it's my fault.
No, they be like, well, they might be having a bad day.
I don't give
a damn what day you have.
Every day,
the customer.
No, you're not quite understanding when I say, look, let me get down to this. Okay. Every day this man looks like this in the face, like fuck this job.
And so when you come in there being all nice and frolicky, he's still looking at you like you a problem.
Right, yeah. And I'm like, I'm just trying to get a drink and get the hell up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't trying to waste none of your time.
I don't want no problems,
sir. You can go back to scrolling on Facebook as soon as I leave. Right? You know what I'm saying?
I just want my drink and stuff so we
and my chips. I was like, well, damn, maybe I don't need no chips if he gonna mad dog me every time I get the chips. You know what I'm saying? So I'm on my way to work and I'm like, I'm not gonna let this dude mess my day up.
Right.
Because I'm like, why are you tripping? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I ain't do that.
If you a clerk, why you ain't clerking? And then be happy to be a clerk. Oh, sleepy eye mofo. Yeah, for sure. So I'm like, I didn't quite understand why every day I go in there. Well, I didn't understand his eyes.
The situation.
I didn't understand his eyes when I put the chip under there because I was looking at him like, this whole counter is the register. Like,
this is where I'm supposed to put it.
You only want it in a certain spot.
That's where I'm supposed to put it at.
I didn't know I was supposed to place the chips exactly, 2 micrometers from the scan thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, he acted funny with me, and then I paid that and left.
I would have loved to have been there in that moment, so I could have been part of the stare down too.
I just sat there and I smiled at him and I just kept saying, "Thank you, sir."
He hated every moment of that.
I said, "Appreciate you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks."
Thanks, man.
I appreciate it, guy. You my guy.
Yo.
And then I frolicked off to the car and I was like, damn, if you don't like, I was gonna get online then and just tell everybody, if you don't like your fucking job, quit.
You should have got online and showed him this dude right here.
No, I didn't want to put him out because he might need that job. He just asked. You know.
Hey, listen. Listen. You don't need your job if you're gonna act like that.
True. I feel the same way. And if I was the manager of that place, I'd show up one morning to check my clerk to see if he's doing his job.
Yeah, they don't care.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he sucked.
They don't
He
care.
sucks. He completely sucks. I'm not going to say the place of business that he work at.
You
but
already did.
But no, I said everybody know the gas station that's right there off the freeway on Craig, right there by the Cracker Barrel. But I ain't gonna say no names. Though.
I don't even go to that gas station. That
Let me
gas
drink
station
my
look.
tea.
That gas station looks suspect anyway. And then you never go
I ain't
through
gonna say no names though, but it is on the corner of Craig, right there by the Cracker Barrel.
that gas station. He said, "Surprise! He is the manager."
Yeah, he might be.
I believe
But
it.
man, hey, every morning this dude looked like to hell with this world and this job.
Listen, we finna get into it.
Bonetta, what up?
What's up, baby?
Who else in there? Stephen, what's up, man? If y'all just now chiming on hand, go ahead and hit a like for the chat.
Yeah.
Mimi hit the like. Jordan hit the like. Who else hit the like?
Yeah. Y'all hit the like, the share button, tell your friends. We finna get into it right now because it's finna go down tonight.
It's gonna be a fun night tonight.
It's gonna be a very interesting night tonight.
Obviously, I predicted the presidential campaign the proper way.
Future,
right,
is what we said.
I mean, which
we're gonna pull up the numbers though. We're gonna get into these numbers.
Hold on, let me pull the numbers.
We're gonna get into the numbers because the numbers are funny.
Who in here voted for who? I mean, since we already voted,
we talking about it tonight.
Who voted for who?
We talking about it tonight. Go ahead and tell us. You ain't even got to tell us why, because we don't really care. Because at this point, it's a lot of controversy. But Bonetta said Trump,
and she a girl.
Well, 60. What was it? 61%.
What
of women?
I'm finna look now. Don't give me the.
It was an extravagant amount, number of women that did not vote for Kamala, which is what a lot of people thought. They said the women gonna vote for her. Nope, they didn't, because even a woman don't want a woman being a president.
Right.
There I said it.
Hold on, let me see.
There I said he said, "Come on now, let's get the party started." Who y'all vote? So Bonetta, she said Trump all day. She threw it out there. She said, "Nope, exactly." But we finna get into it, and we gonna talk about it.
All right, let's see.
Some people gonna get upset, and some people, if you upset, let's talk about it. Honestly. For real, let's talk about it. Don't be upset and say slick shit under your breath, or don't want to type it in, and you sitting there fuming because you don't know, because you in your feelings. But we gonna talk about it.
Right.
Chris said, "All right, I'm back. I voted Trump." You want to know who we voted for? Then who did you vote for? I didn't vote for either one of them. And there's your answer.
Who, you?
So yeah, Steph was asking me.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I didn't vote for either one of them.
Well, everybody know who I voted for. I mean, if it's a misnomer on who I voted for,
look like
y'all crazy.
Bonetta said people big mad. Kamala only talked about killing babies, which I don't give a shit about. You know what? A female actually posted, "You gonna go against God to get votes, and then get mad when you don't get the votes because you went against God."
Saved the numbers from
that earlier. Was interesting because I was like, "That's what happened. That's what she did," and we gonna get into why we say that for the people who, the people in the back.
They not trying to show them.
No, they.
I had it. I should have screenshotted it this morning. Yeah.
I want to say it was about 51 to. It's somewhere between 51 and 61% of women did not vote for Kamala. They voted for Trump. To me, abortion means nothing. I honestly don't give a shit either way.
Abortion what?
He was just talking about the Kamala only talked about killing babies.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. So he looking for the numbers, but we had them earlier today, and you know how that go. Things be disappearing.
Yeah, I had it, and I'm trying to find out.
Chris said, "I don't even like American women. I gave up on them, so it means shit to me."
Chris, come on, man.
No, here it is right here. But she said it. She denied the Lord publicly. That's a big no-no.
Yep.
She did that.
Yep. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that.
Well, since Bonetta brought it up, we could, you want to talk about it now?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
She did that. So for all you Christian folk,
I was going to leave the Christians last, but since she said something, look.
Yeah, let's do it.
Look, I grew up Christian, in the Christian faith, and if you know my mother, then you should know the deal. What my problem with people voting for Kamala Harris goes against everything that God has set for us in the Bible. So if you're Christian and you voted for Kamala Harris, that means you stand with abortions, you stand with gay, you stand with transmorgifying your body, you stand
with breaking up the family
right, you
because they
stand with
mentioned
breaking up
that.
the family.
Yep, you
You
stand with having with a man and a woman disagreeing with each other on political values.
right,
You stand for that because that's what they also mentioned.
exactly. So
You stand for people just being able to walk into your country.
right, you stand for you don't want no
And half of these
protections.
no protection. You stand for, and all these people that's walked into the country. We had was it a 5 or 6 year old little girl who was raped and murdered
Yeah,
about a week ago
yeah. There was
from one of these who just was able to walk into our country.
it's
Thanks,
crazy.
Kamala.
It's crazy.
So that's what you stand for. ISIS said, I voted for Kamala. Neither candidate was appropriate, but voting for a racist, rapist, bigoted man who promised broke ass people big checks like back in 2020 tells me everything I need to know. We're going to get into it.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
We're going to get into it.
Okay, here we go. I found it.
He found it.
Number reporting, they are registered voters. This is only the 2022 though. It ain't showing the 2024 like I had.
Chris said, ISIS, Oliver, I respect your view. Kamala sending all that money to Ukraine and letting all these people into our country that we don't know who the hell they are told me everything I needed to know about her.
Right.
Facts.
Shows that she cares about us a whole lot when she doesn't care about us being protected at all.
And she called the young people stupid and then told them they were smart.
Yeah.
And that she wanted their vote.
On national television told everybody that young folks was stupid.
It's just like they don't know what they're doing. They're stupid.
And then when she lost, and she found out she lost at her own alma mater.
Say it again for the people in the back.
She didn't even come in.
She didn't come and address them.
Hey, well, we lost, and she didn't have no speech or nothing.
Like what?
She sent someone else out to say, hey, we're gonna have something for y'all tomorrow. And I know you've been standing out here for 12 hours while we've been counting these votes.
Right.
But yeah.
Forget you.
Great leadership.
Forget you. I ain't gonna come out and say shit to you.
Great leadership, Ms. Kamala. I'm trying to find these numbers.
That told me a lot right there about her too. What we say? Chris said, ISIS, Oliver, I respect your view. You don't have to respect mine. I'm stupid and I'm garbage and I get it and I own it. Cool.
Good.
Steph says, how does him being a rapist keep getting brought up when he was never convicted of rape? So how is he a rapist?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Because like I say, if you were convicted of something, then that's what you are. Charges being brought against you and nothing coming from it. It's the same thing that, the rest of these people are going through.
Right.
Adam LaRose in the building. Kamala.
I found it. I found it.
He found it. Listen to these numbers real quick, y'all.
All right. So by gender, men 47%, women 53%. Okay, so by gender, men voted for Republicans. 47% of the population voted as men. 55% of that particular percentage, which was 47%, voted for the Republicans. 42% voted for the Democrats. In the women division, which would be 53% of the United States population, 45% voted Republican and 53%. I was wrong on that number. It's not 60s, it's in the 53%.
Okay.
Okay, so now, but this is where it gets tricky. Now I'm gonna do it by race.
Dun, 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 dun.
So if you were white, 71% of the whites voted for 57% vote for Republicans, 41% vote for Democrat. If you were black, 85% of the vote was for Democrats, 13%, and then there's a little gray area.
And it's funny because when you got Glorilla
right
performing,
Hispanic and Latinos, which is 12% of the population. Black percent of the population is 11%. Sorry for not saying that. The Hispanic and Latino is 12%, 52 for the Democrats, and 46 for the Republicans. Asians voted for the Democrats, which is 3% of the population in the United States, and 39% of the Asian population voted for Republican. It just says other, and then it says 3% is 42%, and then the other 54% of the others was for the Republicans.
Adam was saying break down the women to married, single, overwhelmingly different result. I don't know if
I
that's
don't
on
think
this
this
one,
particular graph has that. Let me scroll
but
through.
he's gonna try to see if he can find it. But yeah, that's definitely gonna be a different result because the and I'm just gonna say it. The thought process of a married woman versus a single woman is totally different. It's totally different. Single women think like a Democrat. A married woman is probably gonna think like a Republican. And I can break that down for you on another show, or I could break it down tonight if we have time. But that's the thought process is different because when you're being led by the right type of male in your home or in your lifestyle, it assists you in being able to think logically and to actually look at things from a different perspective and not look at things under emotion. And so a lot of emotional people voted for Kamala simply because she was a woman, not understanding that we've said it before, the world, this country is not ready for a woman to be the president for multiple reasons. And I'm not saying that because I don't really care for her policies.
Well,
I
no,
don't,
the
it's not
facts are
even
the
her.
facts. The
Yeah.
world, the United States voted,
And they voted
and they
not
voted
for
for a
her.
man. They didn't vote for a woman.
Right.
Yeah.
They did not vote for her. So it's not that I felt like she's incompetent or anything like that. I didn't like her policies because she didn't have any. And I still, like I say, I didn't vote for either one of them because for one, you can't vote for the president. I voted locally for the people in the Senate, the Supreme Court justices, your governors. Those are the people that I voted for. So her being a black woman or melanated, whatever you want to call it, because Indian is also melanated. She ain't white. So let's put it that. Let's put it out there for that, for what it is. That would be a reason that's asinine to me to vote for her. Because one, she didn't come up with policies. I didn't like the fact that she would be repetitive in everything that she said. She always sounded like she was about to cry. She always sounded emotional. She could never answer a question. Not saying that Donald Trump answered the question either, but at least he expressed day one, I'm closing down the damn borders. I'm going to bring the tariff back to China. We finna charge these people. They're not finna just be bringing shit over here for free anymore. Like the things that he's talking about, I'm like, yeah, that needs to happen. You know what I'm saying? She's talking about the opposite. And I'm like, if this woman becomes president, dude, we're doomed. We are really doomed. And people with broke mindsets voted for her. And I'm just going to call a spade a spade. And the reason I say that is because you're not thinking with prosperity because you don't have it or you don't understand how to get it. So I get it. Your mind is not in that realm, whether that be your fault or not. But understand that the changes that she was going to so-called make had nothing to do with you. It was for her people to come over here and basically take over. Because if that wasn't the case, you would have never held the borders open for immigrants.
Well, it's kind of weird that when you ask someone from the Democratic side, which I used to be on the Democratic side.
Yeah, I used to be a Democrat.
When you ask them about the particular policies that this regime has come with.
Oh, hold on. I'm sorry.
Their reply is only to rebuttal with saying, well, Trump is this and Trump is that. I said, I ain't asking you about
I'm not
Trump.
asking you that. Yeah.
I'm asking you about what she's going to bring to the table or what the Democratic Party is going to bring to the table.
And they never, and that's what I'm saying.
And nobody knows nothing.
Every time I would ask somebody, why are they voting for Kamala? They could never give me a legitimate excuse. And then their rebuttal would be, well, Trump, this, wait a minute. Who's talking about Trump?
Right.
I don't like his ass either.
Right. I didn't say, see, and that's the difference between
emotion,
a logical decision and emotional decision.
Right.
You don't have to like the person that you're dealing with if they're going to run the shit the right way.
It doesn't listen. And let me just reiterate that. I feel the same way. I don't have to like you as long as your policies are in line with what I feel and what I think should happen, then let's go. Period. But that me liking you has nothing to do with whether or not you're capable of doing the job.
And if that's the case, you wouldn't work with half the people you work with now.
Come on now.
If that's the case.
So Isis says, what's insane to me is that Trump never once said he was for anyone besides him claiming to like Latin people because he knew that he needed their vote. Uneducated Hispanic men voted the most for him.
Right, they did. I don't think that they were uneducated.
I don't think they were uneducated because they wouldn't have voted for him.
They wouldn't have voted for him.
They would have voted for him. If you're uneducated, you voted against him.
Right. Yeah, and because of how the policies are written.
The policies are there. Yeah. If you're uneducated, you probably voted against him. educated people actually probably was like, nah, this nigga about to, what he talking about is legit.
I'm
Bonetta
glad
says,
I'm glad Bonetta said what she's saying right
this
now.
is what I
Yeah.
wanted to put up here
And if you
because
Christian, you should know this. If you any type of religious,
let's get into it.
if you read any book
Let's get
that's in
into it.
religion,
Let's
you
get
should
into
know
it.
this.
I don't think a woman can run the country because biblically, we are supposed to be led by the men. Thank you, Bonetta.
Yeah, Bonetta said it.
Thank you, Bonetta. I appreciate the shit out of you because that is the God honest truth. I was having a conversation just last night about the roles that men and women play and how we've been turned upside down, not understanding that, listen, I'm not supposed to be at work. I ain't supposed to be at work hanging signs and doing and moving stuff and building buildings. That's not what I'm supposed to be doing. But that's just kind of the way the world is today. In reality, I'm supposed to be at home. I'm supposed to be running our back office, making sure he's straight, making sure the house is ran properly. I'm supposed to be multiplying. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. But the world we live in today is different. So we adjust. So I kind of teeter back and forth between masculinity and femininity. But the reality of it is, I ain't supposed to have my ass at work doing nothing. The men are the leaders, and that's the facts. And a lot of people are going to disagree. And I'm just going to say this. Look, take a look at your life. As you're disagreeing, take a good look at your life. And if you disagree with your life, you might need to change your thought process. Adam says, I know it's just amazing how the media presents women as needing to be independent and strong, but in large part, single women come off as malcontent. Well, yeah, because a lot of single women, because they're living in their masculinity, they are single. Because they have this I'm independent thought process, they are single. Because they don't understand that a man requires and needs peace initially, has nothing to do with love, caring, and cooking and cleaning for him. I mean, yeah, all those things are great. They are single because we've been taught to be liberated and to be able to go vote and do all these things like men can do. They are single. When in reality, listen, the fact that we could vote and all this stuff was just an additive. That didn't mean go out there and be masculine and get into these corporations. And yeah, I'm not saying you can't run shit. And it's like a catch-22 almost because we're in such a modernized world. We're not in the old school way of thinking that we used to be in, where you had the household with the man and the woman and the kids, and everybody was doing their part. We've kind of broken that up. And we talked about that on the earlier show before, why that was broken up. But living in your femininity is what's costing a lot of heartache and grief amongst women. Chris says, hold up, Treasure. This is where I'm totally non-conforming. I don't give a damn about color or sex. What is their policy? I don't have a problem with a black man being our commander in chief. Not at all. I don't have a problem with a woman being our commander in chief, but I need someone strong. I need policies that I can agree with, even if they don't benefit me personally. The policy has to benefit the bigger picture. I agree. Steph says, yeah, but everyone is so worried about his personal life that has nothing to do with him running the country. Exactly.
Put up ISIS's.
Where is it at? Towards the bottom.
No, she said something about
Fact check.
uneducated. She said uneducated because something.
Hold on. Wait. Let me get to it because there's a few comments before that that might need to be put up.
The fact check one I've seen already.
Jordan says, I vote for Kamala because she let me in the country illegally and gave me money to live comfortably.
Right, for sure. Gave you a whole lot of money.
Right.
Yeah.
So Steph says, are you serious right now, ISIS? He said he was for the middle class, hardworking Americans.
Right.
He did say that. And then ISIS says, fact check, Trump was found liable in sexual abuse associated with Jean Carroll. Let's not pretend like we have an amazing judicial system. Trump is a multi-billionaire who has 34 felonies. Let me see. It kind of cut off a little bit. Felonies. Who these? I think it cut off.
That's it. Yeah. Who these? That's it.
Yeah. So right here, Chris says, Bonetta, I disagree. A woman can do the job, but she's got to be worthy just like a man, which means that makes her a man, Chris.
Yeah.
That makes her a man.
Yeah.
So once again, going back to what I said, a woman can do the job, but she just got to be worthy, just like a man. That makes her a fucking man, bro.
And a woman still won't be accepted in those other countries.
That's the problem right now. You can't go to a country. Kamala couldn't go to a country where the women are covered and not even allowed to speak and things of that nature and talk to their head commander in chief there and expect to be respected.
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. And that's what we got to really understand and take into consideration. These countries are not going to go for that. It's just not going to happen. Single women are single for a reason. Okay, ISIS says, I say uneducated because the article said they didn't attend college, and I don't have that many characters.
I don't have that many what?
Characters. Laugh my ass off. But here's the thing.
What makes you have to go to college
to be educated? And that's the thing. Because you didn't go to school doesn't make you non-educated or ignorant.
Yeah, I believe most people who have the most money in the world hasn't even seen a college. Let's look that up.
Let's talk about it. So ISIS says, I love the convo with femininity versus masculinity, but why would you just want to be a baby oven and not work? These exact ideas are exactly why women don't think they can do things for themselves now. It's not just about being a baby oven, ISIS. It's what you were truly put here for. Women were put here to multiply. So part of that does entail with having children. Men were put here to work. Men were put here to hold up. That's why their shoulders are broader than ours. We're not designed to work. Do you know that when a woman is on her menstruation, she was supposed to be kept away from everybody, in solitude, and kept in a clean environment while she was menstruating, because that was such a sacred thing? But we all at work bleeding. Like, there's a lot to this that because of the modern day society that we live in, we've been led astray from what is biblically correct and what's supposed to happen in the home. Now, am I saying that all women who work are masculine? No, that's not what I'm saying. But understand that the world that you're going into, 9 times out of 10, like James Brown said it best, it's a man's world.
Okay, check it out. Nearly 30% of billionaires, it says there's a total of 813 billionaires in the United States. Nearly 30% of those billionaires do not have college degrees. This is the largest educational background of billionaires.
Bonetta said
Steve Jobs dropped out of school to start Apple. Bill Gates dropped out of school to start Microsoft. Mark Zuckerberg dropped out of school to make Facebook.
Right.
Diane Hendricks did not even attend college at all.
And
so I don't believe that college is a factor.
Once again, that just tells you right there, according statistically, what it is. Bonetta says, yeah, we can run things, just not the country. We do run things. I run my household. He's the king of it, but I run this shit. So the thing about it is we have the wisdom to be able to run things, but our support system is our man. We go to him and say, hey, babe, this is what I think you should know in reference to blah, blah, blah. I go to him and tell him, hey, this is what's going on. It's the wisdom that he's being fed because I'm in the background looking at things and looking up things, and it's vice versa. So
now the worth of an estimated 1.7 billion is one of just 24 of about 700 American billionaires who graduated from high school but never attended college, not including those who enrolled and dropped out, like Zuckerberg and Bill Gates.
Chris said, well, goddamn, Treasure, women are men now. This is what I'm saying, Chris. When you have a woman that says, I pay my own bills, I got my own money, I got my own this, that, and the third, isn't that exactly what men strive to do?
Those are men attributes.
That's an attribute of a man.
And
that's not feminine. That's why I'm saying.
In my thought process, don't get me wrong, Chris, I believe what you believe. I believe that a woman is capable. But why? Why should she?
Why should she have to be?
Right.
That's the question. Why should she have to be?
Right. I believe she's capable. I believe there's somebody out there smart enough to do it and can maintain and handle it.
Yeah, we're not saying that. We're not saying that women can't do it. We're saying, why should they have to? instead of being able to play the role that they were designed to play, instead of what you were put on this earth to do, being able to do that. That's what you should be allowed to do. We were having a conversation earlier, and I was telling my husband how, part of the things that I do when we go places is I scan the room for threats, for exits, and things like that. He says you shouldn't even have that in your DNA to do that. And I didn't think about it that way.
Have to do that.
I never thought about it that way. He said, you shouldn't even have to do that. Your thought process shouldn't be, let me see where the threats are, where are the exits, because you should be protected. You should be covered by the man. And I'm like, damn, I never even, thought of it that way. And he's absolutely right, though. Bonetta says, the problem is a lot of people don't see things in the biblical sense. And sometimes we have to go look at that. A lot of things, well, they see it in the sense of how their perception is instead of what it really says. And that's disturbing too, because it's like, it don't say that in the Bible. That's what you just perceiving it to say. Isis says, Trump said a lot of things, Stefan. Let's see what he does for you as a half Latino man, a part of a working class. I'm waiting myself. Not saying education is a factor. That's just what it said.
No, I don't think we're missing the point at all, Isis. What I'm trying to tell you is that that article was biased towards people who who went to school and who has not went to school, and I just disproved that article. It has nothing to do with what I'm saying to you. It's what you stated on the claim of what the article said. I'm not misconstruing anything. I understand exactly what you're trying to say, but what the article said is not true. It's not a true statement. It's bias.
Chris said, Bonetta, you as a woman, you can do anything you want, especially if a good man is backing you.
Right. That's the only reason why they have the liberties that they have today, is because we're the ones that fight for them.
Let's see. Isis says, y'all are missing the point. Looking up stuff I already know. I fully aware of the successful people without degrees. I'm stating what the article said. It also is just ironic where states went red, blue, and black. Adam says, fact check, Isis. Culpable of assault and rape are two completely different things. Second fact check. Statute of limitation has passed by the charges entirely and is being appealed due to subverting proper judicial process.
He basically hasn't been convicted yet. That's what he's saying.
Third fact check. 34 felonies coming from a district attorney who campaigned on convicting Trump and adjudicating by a judge with heavy ties to the Biden campaign, convicted of a victimless crime where the supposed victim testified on behalf of the accused, the judge.
Right.
See, that's and I'm glad you put that up there, Adam, because that's just the thing. We only hear part of it.
Yeah.
People hear part of it and they go, oh my God. But it's like, whoa, hold on. If this man was really guilty of this shit, he couldn't be running for president. He wouldn't be president. He'd be behind bars.
And okay, let's say he was guilty of it, right? He paid a hoe to shut the fuck up. That's what he paid. That's what the felonies are for.
Yeah.
Is because he didn't want people to know that he was sleeping with some chick on the side.
Right. So, I mean, what are we talking about? This is where lack of education. Fuck this. I need more characters. It's not about it's about wanting to. What's wrong with them wanting to? Nobody wants to live a limited life of outdated gender roles.
She's going to have to expound on that. I don't know.
I think she's talking about the roles of women. If I'm not mistaken, Isis, I think that's what you're talking about. The difference between the roles of men and women. Elaborate on that before we comment. This is why I don't subscribe to identity politics.
So is ISIS cool with men fighting with women in the boxing ring?
That's a question. Because if
we're going to be equal.
Right.
If we're going to be equal, we're going to have to be equal all the way down the line.
We can't be equal. Because here's the thing. A lot of y'all was pissed off about that dude who, looked like a woman but was a dude or whatever. Y'all was mad about that, right?
Yeah.
Because she beat old girl's ass.
What about all the dudes in the past 5 years that won the beauty pageant as a woman?
Right. But y'all voted that shit in there.
Right.
Y'all voted it in. Don't say you didn't, because you voted for the people who made the vote possible.
And for women, when a dude get in the boxing ring and beat your ass, who the one that's gonna have to help you after that? A dude.
That part. Who you gonna run to?
Right.
Chris says, this is why I don't subscribe to identity politics. I don't believe in that bullshit. Each human is an individual. My dream girl is a woman that makes more money than I do and is smarter than I am. Oh gosh, I love to have a woman like that. One I can learn from and should things sour for me, one I can lean on if I ever had to. Chris, you sound like you sound feminine on that, but
I don't think it sounds.
I'll just mess with
I don't think
you.
it sounds feminine. I think it's wise to have some
Absolutely, absolutely.
your wife or your girlfriend or whoever you're trying to be with to be smart or smarter than you, so you can seek counsel and get their opinion.
That's what you're supposed to do. Get your wisdom
and be
from
objective.
her.
Be objective of what is said, so you can make a sound decision afterwards.
Yeah, that's what women are for, is the wisdom. Exactly. She doesn't have to be in the economy and everything else lines up correctly. She shouldn't have to do any of that type of stuff. That's wholeheartedly the truth. And then I know some of these we get into some of these kind of late. Bonetta says, don't get me wrong, I don't really like Trump either. Nobody is without saying.
No one said I like Trump.
Right. She said the same thing.
I agree with you, Bonetta.
But the Lord uses those
I never
like
said
Trump.
that Trump is the shit. Right. I said he's making the right decisions with his policies.
Right.
Now, whether he's making the right decision on what he does outside of the being the CEO of the United States, then I mean that's on his own. But what he does for policy and how things are ran in the country, he's made the proper decisions, and that's what I'm endorsing. I don't give a shit who he talked to crazy. I don't care what
who he sleep with.
Yeah,
that ain't my business.
Who he sleep with. That's business.
Again, that's his private life. Like, why do we care who he's sleeping with and who he's not sleeping with? That ain't got nothing to do.
You don't care. Don't nobody care who Jeff Bezos is kissing on, but you still got Amazon coming to the house every week.
Come on now.
Don't nobody should the very computer you fucking you watching us on, that dude's trying to kill nations with vaccines and changing food and doing all kind of GMO craziness, but you still buy his computer.
But you still buying them.
I mean, let's be for real. Let's call a spade a spade.
Wait, let me
go. He's like, yeah, he's killing us with these new apples, but sure love my Windows computer.
Right. Let's go with this. Bonetta says, I don't really like Trump all that much either, but the Lord uses people like him. The Lord used murderers, thieves, and prostitutes.
Everybody.
He uses everybody.
Everyone is at his disposal.
Right. Adam says the felonies were for misrepresenting property values while applying for business loans, I believe.
Right.
And he says,
and then
those
the bank,
loans have already been paid.
And that particular bank came back and said they didn't even want to press charges. It was that lady that tried to go on a witch hunt for him.
Right.
Well, now if the person, first of all, in order for you to receive a charge, there has to be a victim. If he borrowed the money from the bank and paid him back, who's the victim?
Right. There is no victim. There is no victim.
Right. So they don't even have a case.
So what we really talking about? I'm aware, Isis says, but again, why even support someone in the limelight with these accusations? This shit is not completely made up. Y'all was mad at R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, Diddy, but when it comes to Trump, well,
we saw R. Kelly pee on somebody.
Yeah, and
Bill Cosby, I wasn't mad at because I think that shit's bullshit.
I wasn't mad at Bill. I said that the thing with Bill Cosby was bullshit,
and nobody's mad at Diddy. Not yet.
See,
because there's only accusations. See, in the United States.
Hold on. The thing with Diddy, though, baby, hold on. See, let me go back for a second. The thing with Diddy is people keep saying he's in there because of his sex, his freak parties. No, Diddy's in there because we're talking about people being trafficked.
Yeah,
that's what we're talking about. It ain't got nothing to do with the baby oil and whatever the freaky shit they was doing, because everybody got some freak in them, and everybody who's watching is gonna watch this has done some freaky shit in their life. That's your personal private business.
Regardless of the Diddy situation, he's only been charged. He hasn't been convicted of anything.
Right.
He's only been charged.
What up, Doug? Doug is in the building.
What up, Doug? What's cracking?
Who's the better of two evils, Doug? Which one are you talking about? Sean said, yes, Sean, you are fucking gangster. You hit the nail on the head. A woman that can give me guidance or feedback or check me to keep me on track. Not feminine at all. That's not what I am. I want to value a woman's input to make me the best I can be. No, Chris, and I agree with that, because that's what the woman is supposed to do.
That's what a wife is, bro.
That's what she does.
That's what a wife is. And if you haven't found a wife that has that, you haven't found a wife.
Exactly.
You just hanging out with somebody for a long ass time.
Right. Isis says, no, she don't support biologically men boxing biological women. I don't completely agree with either party's policies. Kamala wasn't perfect for me, and neither was he, but I can't endorse madness. I don't think it's madness when you're saying you're going to close the borders so these people can't come in here and rape our women and children and kill them. I don't think it's madness when you say, hey, you know what? How about we not tax overtime anymore? How about we get rid of income tax, period? I don't think it's madness when you're trying to go back to the republic, which is what we are anyway.
We're a republic, not a democracy.
We are in a republic, not
Right.
a democracy. So when you're trying to take us back to what we were in the first place,
Let me add
which
to that.
is also going to better the family values and everything else that we've gone away from,
Oops, sorry.
I gotta roll with that. I gotta roll with that.
And I ain't mad. I ain't mad at him charging, putting a tariff on other countries.
They putting it on us.
Hold on. I ain't mad at them for doing that because they've been taking our work away from here, and it's been hurting the middle class that holds up this United States. No one else but the middle class holds up the United States. We can argue that all night, and I'll show you proof of that all night. And for them to take away our factory jobs and send them overseas because they can do it for cheaper, or because y'all like buying Shein, Lululemon, and fucking Alibaba, and what's the
Fashion
shit?
Nova,
What's the Temu? All you Temu and Amazon shoppers is the problem that we're having, because all these places are doing this stuff overseas, and we used to build this stuff right here in America, and we used to build it ourselves. It was all American made, and people had jobs. Everyone had jobs. If you wanted it, there was a time in America, if there were so many jobs that you told the job, I don't give a shit, I'll get another job tomorrow.
And had one.
That was everyone's slogan
and
back
when
I was in the 80s and 90s and the 2000s. I told a job every week, dude, I don't give a shit, I'll go get me another job tomorrow.
Right. And had one.
Right. And say that today.
You can't say that today.
Say that today. You can't.
It's not happening. Jordan says, if social media wasn't around, we wouldn't know none of Trump's business. He would just be a good president.
Exactly. It'll be like when Ronald Reagan was president, because didn't nobody know what he did.
Didn't nobody know that nigga brought
15, 20 years
later.
That
he brought crack cocaine into the hood. Right. Didn't nobody know that either. Chris says, Isis, Oliver, I respect your opinion. I do. The standards you hold against Trump, I hope you hold against everyone you know and love, to include yourself. Bonetta says, I don't care who like Puff Daddy Johnson, and Johnson likes him.
Well, he got a whole lot of stock in Johnson & Johnson, man. Yeah.
Isis says, these comments are for the people commenting, not my parents. I already know how y'all feel.
Right. But when you're on this, we are not your parents. I mean, though we are your parents, this is a show, and we're going to comment even if someone else said it.
Right. Those people have evidence against them, except Cosby, as Steph was saying.
Yeah.
Oh, Trump is the better of the less. That's what Doug was saying. And yes, on smart women. Preach it, treasure, preach it. I try to do it. I don't know what I was preaching it on, but you know it.
The biggest problem that I'm having with this is when are we going to, say you don't like somebody, like you don't like your mechanic.
Right.
He's a piece of shit. He ain't got no teeth. He spits when he talks, but he sure can fix a fucking carburetor.
Right.
That's the problem we're having right now.
You finna take your car to somebody else?
You gonna take your car to somebody else?
Hell no.
I'm gonna take it to the girl that says the same thing. Hey, something's wrong with my car. Oh, well, diversity, equity, and inclusion says. What the hell are we talking about? I need a new alternator.
Even when she talked about, when she finally gave her speech today, okay, let me keep it together. She was like, just shine bright in the sky.
What?
Just put the stars, be a shining star.
Be it the thousands of stars.
The star. What is talking about? What are you talking about?
Whatever she's smoking, I want it. I want the good stuff.
I don't think I want it, because it makes you delusional. Adam says, because we live in a country where you're innocent until proven guilty. We don't work for the government. They work for us.
They work for us.
And we shouldn't ever subvert the judicial process and appoint a public representative to convict a citizen by digging into their life and looking for obscure laws to force a conviction. Do you not see how that exposed massive holes that lower income communities have been trying to expose for decades? Bro, if you like what he just said, if that went over your head, we're talking about a broken judicial system, right? He's basically saying, how you going to dig up this man's personal life and try to convict him based on your biased opinions? Which is what we've been talking about for years, which has been happening to the brown and black communities and the melanated populations of the world. This is what we're saying. So now it's happening to him, and he's showing you right in front of you, nah, this ain't finna go down on my watch. I'm finna fix this and show you how I'm gonna fix it. You can't do this. So the thing about it is it's happened to a billionaire now who got enough money to have the resolve for it, where the people like you and I didn't have that money. We still got relatives locked up right now behind this shit because they were improperly convicted on something that they shouldn't have been convicted
or
on.
somebody like Kamala Harris held back evidence to get you free.
Over 400 and some cases of it.
Yeah.
While we talking about it
she's so
on
honest.
black people.
Since she's so honest,
The reason why some of your people still locked up today is because of her.
She done broke down more black people than the KKK.
Chris says, I've never been a Puff Daddy fan. He's been accused of shit. I've been accused of shit in my life too.
We all have been
Accusations
accused
don't
of
mean shit until proven guilty.
Until proven guilty.
And
that's what makes America great. Is that you can somebody what I was saying
but
about
that is said, I really think she's an airhead. I'm sorry.
Who you talking about?
Kamala?
Yeah, she seems like that. And you know, in reality, she's probably smart. But when she opens her mouth, it sounds like madness.
She shouldn't let nobody write her speeches.
She should just write.
Yeah, she should just talk.
She shouldn't speak. No, she shouldn't speak. She should just write it down and let someone else say it.
Let somebody else say it.
Yeah.
Like she sent the guy out at
She's
Howard.
probably really good at doing paperwork
She's
for
probably
litigation.
a nice person.
She's probably really good at doing litigation paperwork
Yep.
because you don't have to present yourself in front of somebody.
Yep.
But as soon as she gets in front of somebody, man, she sound crazy.
She sound hella crazy. What we say, Chris? Chris says, honestly, I like Kamala's concession speech. I did. It's actually the one speech she gave that made any sense to me.
Well, you could tell it was written by somebody else. Not one time have I seen her speak from
George
her own
says
mind.
she can make a mean pot of greens.
Yep, not a pot, a whole tub.
While twerking and listening to Glorilla.
She washes greens in a tub, she don't do pots. She washes greens in a tub.
Bonetta said it. The most disturbing thing I heard her say is that she was washing the greens in the bathtub.
In a bathtub.
Where they do that at?
Especially when your parents make over $600,000 a year when you was at that age. She had maids.
Right.
Who washing greens in the tub when you got maids? When you got maids.
Let's be fucking for real.
Stop lying.
Right. Let's just be for real about this. Like, seriously. Chris says, I have to say one thing that really pissed me off about Kamala.
And the dude that owed me $20, where he at?
Yeah, Reggie, where you at, Reggie?
Yeah, where Reginald at?
Don't be that person, Reggie.
You owe me $20, man.
Don't be that guy, Reggie. Like, you know you should be chimed in here tonight.
I want my $20, man.
Yeah, we're going to put the Cash App up there.
I want my monies.
The one thing Chris said that Kamala pissed him off about, he said she's a sellout. She was only black when she wanted votes.
Only when she wanted it.
But after Biden won and she became vice president, she's suddenly Indian.
Right.
Then here we are. They put her ass on the ticket and she's black again.
Right.
That's a fucking sellout. Don't do sellouts. I don't give a fuck who you are.
Right.
Hey, listen, I feel you, Chris. That's one of the things I said. And then the craziest thing to me is black people. What was so cute about Glorilla performing? What's cute about that? What's cool about you can't get somebody prestigious to perform? Like what's going on with that? You get Glorilla of all people, the most ratchet.
I don't listen to Glorilla songs, but tell me one song where she talking about politics.
Tell me one song where she talking about something other than popping her coochie.
Right. Tell me one song where she was talking about, oh man, these grocery bills is too high.
Right.
Or she talking about what's going on in the neighborhood.
Right.
Like what does she know about what we got going on over here? Other than twerking, popping coochies, and wearing slutty looking stuff.
I'm saying, like, you had a thought performing for you just to get the black vote. And y'all dumbasses.
And why does Democrats think that entertainers have a say on what we gonna do?
Right.
Nigga, if you play basketball and they trying to get you to play basketball, man, sell
Banana said,
shoes.
Banana
Sell
said she
shoes,
had
bro.
about 7 different accents.
Right. Yeah, Kamala had 13 different accents in 15 different states.
Doug
Right.
said, hot, Reggie.
Right.
Reggie, where you at?
Where you at, Reggie?
Where you at, Reggie?
Right.
Where you at? Chris says, Church, that's why I love you so much. And Sean is gangster as fuck because he knows it too. Real. We are SoCal real. We not about the bullshit. We can call the bullshit and we know when someone is selling the fuck out. I mean, like, the thing about it is you can't, nowadays, you got to really be cautious about what you say on social media because somebody can go back and pull it up. Like you said that. You can't lie about it. You can't go back and retract that.
I was just about to talk about that. Put Adams up.
Okay. I actually loved how Obama exposed himself to everyone trying to advocate for her. She was such an awful candidate, and he let his arrogance force him to push the absolute worst candidate that the Democrats could.
Oh man, Obama simped so hard. I've been waiting to talk about this. I was gonna make this just a whole show by itself, but I'm just gonna say it here, and this will probably be the last time you hear me say it, unless we start talking politics again. Look, Obama simped out so hard on Kamala. He told black men that basically we wasn't shit for not backing up a black woman. He got on national television and said, well, y'all motherfuckers ain't shit because you're not backing a black woman. So I'm just supposed to back any woman, period, any black woman. She crazy. She just because she's black. So you want me to crash out just because somebody's black? You crazy. Then on top of that, he gonna have his wife, Michelle Obama, get on national television and tell you, well, fuck what your household is talking about.
Wow.
If your husband's voting for this, you should vote the opposite because you have your own voice in your house. What kind of house is that when everybody's divided?
So first of all, you are condoning a broken home. That's what you just said. You just told your wife, to go against her husband.
To go against your husband.
To go against the person that's protecting you.
Providing, taking care of your children, making sure everybody eating, making sure your lights is on. And fuck what he talking about, because he's going to vote for his best interest for his family. Not because he's emotional, not because, oh, I care about abortion. And what does a father who's with his wife that has children care about a fucking abortion in the first goddamn place?
Right.
But nah, you gonna tell her, oh, fuck what he talking about. You should just go vote on your own and vote for this lady because that's just what we should do as women of color.
And I still don't understand for the life of me. What does that got to do with anything? What does that got to do with anything? I'm gonna vote for you because you're black.
You right, Adam. We always talk. I'm sorry, man. We always talking about politics, man. My bad.
Well, we said we was gonna talk about it this week, though. We said it.
My bad. I want my $20 though. I'm gonna have to get me a T-shirt and say I want my $20, man.
Until he get it. Bonetta says a lot of black people thought we should vote for her because she's black, and I'm just not doing that. You have to be more. I was reading it, baby.
Oh, I'm sorry. Where was it at? Right here.
You have to be more than black to get my vote.
I was reading Jordan's and accidentally clicked on it. He said the reason I like Gorilla's performance is because it was a very enlightened moment for us as a people. Brought a tear to my eye. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it did for you.
Chris says, you want a black woman on the ticket? Okay, fine. Put one on that can talk about more than killing babies. Put one on the ticket that wants to kick ass for America. I'm cool with it.
Right. I'm cool with it too.
Me too.
And if that happens and her policies align with what her mouth is saying,
that's what I'm voting for.
Then that's what I'm voting for. If her career aligns with what her policy, like not only do your policies have to be in line with what you say you're gonna do, but I gotta understand that you really gonna do what the hell you say you was gonna do. Don't get up there and start pussyfooting, or when you lose, you don't come out and say, hey, well, we lost. You gonna put out, you
don't come out at all. You gonna send your
servant out there.
You sent a man.
You sent a man out there.
You sent a man out to speak for you.
And for a woman who wants the black vote so badly, why she marry a white man?
Oh, mic drop. It got quiet.
And she's advocating for abortion, and she don't even have kids of her own.
She don't even have kids. She don't even have a family.
She's
just married.
She's got the family that he provided. He's got 2 kids.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
She was born into it. Like, well,
right.
she married into a ready family, basically.
Yeah, she bought a car with a spare in it.
Let's get into this video.
I like Candace Owens too. I think Candace Owens is smart.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's a smart lady.
Let's get into this video, baby. What do you want to?
Which one?
Where does this video start?
Which one?
The Charlemagne.
Just pull it up. It's only like 8 minutes. Should only be like
talk about it. Hold on. Let's get into it real quick.
Charlemagne is the donkey of the day.
This is America.
They go to donkey of the day right here,
There
y'all.
is no question
Charlemagne.
that there are problems in this country between police and
Donkey of the day.
Yes, you are a donkey.
The latest on that police killing of a black man.
Now to new developments in the deadly spa shooting rampage.
And yesterday was a really bad day for him, and this is what he did.
And so we are in a state.
Let's get to the talking part.
Donkey of the day. I just want to talk to
of the day.
donkey of the day for Wednesday, November 6th. I don't even really have a donkey of the day. I just want to talk to us,
That's
my
'cause
fellow
you the
Americans. Listen, America has spoken, and they spoke loud and clear. Donald Trump will be the 47th president of the United States of America. I have friends on the right. I have friends on the left. I have friends of the independents. And regardless of who we all decided to vote for yesterday, guess what? Donald Trump is now all of our president again. I don't want to fight anyone. I don't want to argue with anyone because at the end of the day, we are all Americans and we all want what's best for this country. I hope. Okay, I know today Democrats are going to be looking for someone to blame. Let me be the first to tell you it's not just one thing. I personally feel like Donald Trump speaks to people's grievances better than Democrats do. I know people are going to talk about misinformation and the dumbing down of society. I understand all of that, but you don't have to be intelligent. No, you can't pay your bills. You don't have to be intelligent to know you can't afford groceries. People will forget what you did. They will forget what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel. And to millions of Americans, tens of millions of Americans, they simply felt financially better when Trump was in office. I don't think it's fair to just chalk up, Trump winning to racism, sexism, homophobia, anti-Semitism. Yes, he tapped into all of the worst things America has ever had to offer. And there are a lot of people who agree with his rhetoric and voted for him because of those reasons. But I truly believe most people voted for him because they want more money in their pocket and they want to feel safe. Look, I know the economy does better under Democrat presidents, but Democrats haven't been able to make the American people believe that. I know the border is a bipartisan issue, but Democrats spent a lot of time acting like it wasn't an issue. Democrats created the sanctuary cities. Democrats told them to come on in. Meanwhile, Republicans were putting migrants on buses and planes and sending them to those sanctuary cities, and then Democrats had to change course. But it might have been too little too late because at the end of the day, once again, when you see all that money going to migrants, going to the border issue, all you can think to yourself is they have billions for that, but aren't making investments into the communities right here in America. You see homeless people everywhere. You don't have no money in your pocket. You don't know how you're going to pay your bills. You're facing eviction. Listen, I'm not saying Trump is going to fix all of that. All I'm saying is Donald Trump has made people feel like he will fix all that in a way that Democrats haven't. Once again, don't just chalk it up to racism, sexism. Okay, I believe those things play a role, but at the end of the day, it's the economy, stupid. And Democrats might just be really out of touch with what everyday Americans are feeling. Now, I didn't want to come on here today and be all doom and gloom. I have absolutely zero reason to believe Donald Trump is going to be a president that brings people together. But I'm going to be optimistic because I don't know any other way to be. I hope this isn't the beginning of Donald Trump's revenge tour. I hope this is the golden age of America, as he said. I hope all the nut-ass things Trump said he was going to do, he doesn't do, because one thing Vice President Kamala Harris said repeatedly is Trump has an enemies list, I have a to-do list. There is a lot of things that need to be done in America, and I hope he gets to doing. And we, the people, need to look alive on the ground because you have a Republican Party that has a majority in the Senate. Judge Samuel Alito and Clarence Thomas, they'll probably retire. That means Trump will get 2 more Supreme Court picks. So what I'm basically saying is there is nothing we can do right now but try to come together some way, somehow. That's it. Huffington Post just posted an article with the headline, Trump just ran the most racist campaign in modern history.
What makes him a donkey of the day is he just explained the Democrats' shortcomings in the less than 3 minutes, and then tried to blame it all on Trump, like he was the one that was in office, and all on Republicans, like we was the ones in office. The so-called abortion ban happened underneath Democratic rule.
Sure did.
The border crisis happened under Democratic rule.
Sure did.
Now, no matter what Republicans thought and what was going on, they still could have closed the borders with executive order. They could have stopped the abortion ban with an executive order,
Sure
but they
coulda.
did not do it.
Sure could have. Adam says 70 million plus votes isn't a reason to believe he can bring people together.
Right. Come on now.
I mean, damn, the numbers don't
260 something electorals.
290.
Oh, 290
Almost
something
300.
electoral.
The man had 107 electoral votes,
If that's
but she
not
was
bringing-
sitting at 27.
If that's not bringing, okay, not to mention how many of the states that were swing states that he swung
them
to Republican. So if the United
said,
States ain't
we can't
united,
stand him either, ISIS.
huh?
We can't stand him either. She's talking about Charlemagne.
I can't stand Charlemagne.
Chris Charlemagne the God is a guy who's on the Breakfast Club. He has a podcast.
Yeah, he has a podcast that's on the Breakfast Club.
It's called the Breakfast Club, and it's
Right.
very
I
controversial.
don't like that guy either.
Nobody likes him. Nobody likes him.
Nevada, AZ, and AK. Yeah, that did. I wonder if did he get Nevada, AZ, and AK yet? Did they finish those counts?
I don't know. I think they're got till tonight or something. They may have. Let's look it up because I noticed that too. They were still counting, but let's see.
Trump get.
He got Alaska. He got Alaska. I'm looking at it right now.
Alaska was the one that sealed the deal.
Yeah, he got Alaska. So Nevada and Arizona are still, I guess they're still counting. But yeah, he got Alaska. I'm looking at it right now. 295. She never even made it close to 270. Like if she would have been even at 260 something, I'd have been like, damn, man, maybe she really had something going on. But she never even got close. Chris says, I'm drinking beer right now, and I really shouldn't be. But I got to blow off some steam.
The only thing that I didn't predict right is I thought she was going to get the popular vote, and she didn't. She didn't get the popular vote.
I knew she wasn't going to get the popular. Well,
but I'm just saying,
you know
I'm
what?
calling a spade a spade.
Let me not lie.
But
I said that too. I said she'll probably get the popular vote.
I'm going to call a spade a spade. I said personally that I thought she was going to get the popular vote, but she was not going to win the election.
That's what I said.
But I lost on the popular vote and I won on the election.
Say it again, Bonetta. That's because she played in God's face.
She played directly.
That's the number
in God's
one thing
face.
you can't do.
Went up in church, and after a week before she went into the church at that bishop spot, I can't remember the bishop's church she went to, his name, but went to his church the week before she was doing the gay parade, and then went in his church and started talking about gay rights and abortions and all the rest. Who gonna let a woman who has no God in her life come up in their church to speak to a congregation that's supposed to be about God? That's blasphemy.
Especially on what you were speaking.
They should have went upside that bishop's head.
Oh my God. Adam says she kicked God out of her rally. Exactly right. She did. And that's what I'm saying. How do you expect for us to even consider you at this point in life? How? Bonetta said that's exactly what she thought. Blasphemy. Straight up. Straight up. How can you even, like, there are so many wrongdoings that this woman has said over the last 3 months that it just blows my mind that people even still considered voting for her. And it all came down to she's a woman of color and she's a woman.
Right.
Listen, you are an idiot. You are an idiot if that's your thought process. Because being a woman with her emotional ass, you really want an emotional ass woman who don't have no strategy, do not have any type of policies. You really want her leading your country right now? Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Let's put that out there. You want this emotional broad that has nothing to bring to the table. She has not shown you or told you or proven to you anything she's going to do for you. The only thing is she's a woman and she's a woman of color. And that's what you're settling on. You're going to allow her to run your country. You cool with that? You cool with that? Well, I beg to differ. And again, I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm not a Kamala supporter. But his policies beat hers. Didn't vote for him still, because like I say, I voted locally. But again, at the end of the day, I want my borders closed. And if you don't belong here, I want your ass to get up out of here. Because I bet you I can't go to your country and just feel like I'm finna walk around and expect $3,000-$4,000 a month and $90 million in food stamps and a place to stay while you got people homeless in your own backyard. I bet you that's not gonna happen. So why are we doing it here?
Right. Yeah.
Why are we allowing that to happen here?
Let's get
when
them
she
up
could
outta
have
here.
closed the borders. That could have happened.
Some of these people coming from different countries is receiving up to almost $3,000 to $4,000 a month.
And who paying for it?
We are. The middle class pays for that.
Let's talk about it. Like, I'm sick of this.
The
People
middle class pays
people
for
say
it.
only people who got money voted for Trump. Okay, well then your broke ass need to get some money so you can vote for the right person too.
Right.
Because realistically, you are allowing these people to sell you pipe dreams. They're selling you pipe dreams.
Right.
But let's talk about it though, because when you got all that PPP loan money and all that unemployment money, who was in office? When you were sitting at home with 12 and 13,000 in your account off of unemployment alone because we were shut down, who was in office?
Right.
Let's talk about it. Let's look at the numbers, because everybody talk about, this and this happened. Everything that was foul and faulty happened on a Democratic watch.
And they had office for 12 years.
Come on, man. And nothing came out of it, but LGBTs able to marry each other.
Right.
Now they got all these rights when black folks are still considered 3/5 of a man on the books.
On the books.
So let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
And I
when
voted,
black people are still considered property on the books,
you're
happy to get married because you're gay.
And I voted for Obama thinking that he was going to change all that, and all he did was allow for gay folks to get married. That's all he did.
Chris, see, here's the thing. Chris, I ain't got no fucking money. I voted for him. But Chris, you're not broke either. You're not broke either. You're in a different tax bracket, Chris. You know, and that's the people who are concerned right now, the people who are in a different tax bracket, because Kamala is talking about giving $6,000 to people with children and this, that, and the third. And I'm trying to figure out, am I paying for this, Kamala? Because I didn't sign up to pay for this.
I mean, let's really think about it. Why poor people poor in the first place?
Mindset.
It's because of their behaviors.
Yeah.
It has nothing to
do
with
discipline.
Has nothing to do with being lazy.
Yep.
Has nothing to do with them not going to work.
Talk about it.
It has to do because they buy stuff that they do not need.
Right.
And they don't live within their means.
They don't live within their means.
It has to do with their behaviors is why they're broke. Once I figured that out, it brought me out of poverty.
Oh, let's put that up there real quick. Adam says, you guys got two great women on the school board this election. Support the F out of them. Lorena and Lydia helped me on my campaign, learned a lot, and put God back on the board.
Right.
Shout out to Lorena and Lydia.
Who what did Bonita say?
Don't sell your soul to the devil.
Yeah, you're right. And who was Louis Franco?
Louis Franco in the building. Louis Franco says illegal immigrants are getting up to $6,000 a month in New York, being homed in hotels and given full medical assistance.
Yeah,
right.
Yet everybody who their houses got flooded got $500 or $700. Was it $700 or $500?
Whatever it was, it wasn't. It was under $1,000.
Oh my God.
Meanwhile, we have our own people in the streets. Come on, Louis.
So the people who helped maintain and build this place got $500 to $700 or whatever it was, and people who just now got here and ain't supposed to be here
come on now.
$6,000 a month.
Not to mention the food stamps they giving them for $750. $750. Not to mention the people who got here or just walked in here that ain't been checked. We don't know nothing about them, their history, their background, their criminal history. We don't know nothing about them. But we just gonna hand them this beautiful lifestyle. She did that because she wanted her illegal immigrants to come over here. That's what that shit was about.
Man, this shit is so messed up. Like, so the money that they're giving these people comes from the middle class, because the middle class is the ones that get taxed the most, especially if you don't know how to do your write-offs, if you don't have a CPA.
Right.
Middle class gets taxed the most. These people are coming here and getting free checks. And the people who built this place and allowed for those people to get checks up to $6,000 a month are getting $750 for their troubles. And their house is soggy and soaked up. It looked like chicken noodle soup over there, or some frosted mini wheats that's been in the milk too long, and nobody's
That's a
helping
slap
them.
in the face,
And all the government said was this: "Hey, we got $750 for you, though.
We sorry what
Yeah,
you had.
we
to
know
go
you
through.
didn't pay for all these other people to be here.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
here goes $750.
Thanks,
Appreciate it.
thanks. Yeah.
By the way, we're gonna send another $86 billion overseas
to Ukraine.
So for some other motherfuckers to fight some motherfuckers that we don't know.
We don't know nothing about. Chris says Obama should have been fucking crucified when he came at black men the way he did. Just before he did that, an illegal from Venezuela was on TV bragging about buying a fucking house in Chicago when blacks were getting evicted to make room for illegals.
Obama need to go back to smoking cools,
that?
Sitting on the couch, and shutting the fuck up. That's what he need to do.
Yeah, he looking real bad out here in these streets.
I told my wife this morning that we got to stop cussing on this show, and y'all put me out. Y'all making me cuss about everything.
I told him, I said, it's not going to work because that's what the show is designed. First of all, this show is designed for us to be who we are. And you know, sometimes a F-bomb works.
I'm trying to.
It does.
Our controversies that we talk about, I'm trying to get in places where they can play, where a lot of people can hear, and us doing all this cussing.
It does. It's still going to get billions and billions of views because that's the shit that we seeing on YouTube now. They saying worse shit than what we say.
Yeah, disaster relief for yeah, man. Come on now.
Right. Let's
and
not
then,
forget
and then
to
all those
acknowledge
insurance
the
companies,
relief for
all the
Hawaii.
insurance companies pulling out. Why? And this is still under Democratic rule. Why isn't Biden and Kamala telling these insurance companies that if you walk out on these people in America, then you'll never fucking work here in this fucking country again? But no, they're allowing them to do that. How many people then lost their insurance in California? How many people lost their insurance for their homes out there in Florida? And Florida's over there underwater.
Right.
How many people then lost their loans because these companies is taking this money and running? These people been paying these companies for years. I mean, think how long you own your house or how long you have a mortgage on your house and you've been paying insurance on your house. And then all of a sudden they go, oh, by the way, you're no longer insurable.
Right. We're leaving.
We're leaving. So after this 6 months, we're not going to allow you to redo.
You on your own.
You're on your own.
Good luck.
That's what they should be attacking. There's bigger problems than abortion. Close your legs.
Ooh. And again,
have some chastity.
Don't let nobody jump into the chat talking about, but what about the people that get raped? We're not talking about them. There's already things in place for those people.
There's already coverage for them.
That's already there. And a lot of them is coming from, you know, people who are illegals, who shouldn't be here, who was able to just walk in here.
Especially if you can walk in, especially if you can walk in as an illegal and then rape a 5-year-old girl.
That part. And was here. The dude wasn't even here 3 days.
And they still ain't found old boy.
And he wasn't even here 3 days. Like he was here less than 72 hours, and that's what he did.
That catch and release policy is garbage.
Yeah. Facts.
So you telling me in some states for smoking weed, you can go to jail, but these dudes come in here illegally, rape a child, and be on catch and release.
How that make it make sense?
Come on now. You Democrats ain't do nothing you
make it make sense. Make it make sense. That's all I'm saying. Once again, this ain't a democracy. Y'all trying to make it that,
man. I'm registering as a Republican until the Democrats can figure out what they're gonna do with their life.
Adam said Obama did exactly what he planned to do in Harvard. I'm sorry, he misrepresented the people who felt he was their statement to the country, but he planned what he did and executed it perfect. Yeah, to perfection. He did. That
still don't make it better, Adam.
He did. But no, but he said, but that's the thing. Like, he's basically saying that this shit was in a design, and you have these people behind the scenes who's running this design and executing this shit perfectly because they're preying on the ignorance of Black folks, of Latino people who are not as well off as others. They're preying on that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Obama did exactly what Kamala tried to do this time around. I understand what you're saying, and yeah, we can always have a nice.
I can't explain it, but that's a lot of time.
We can always have a conversation in the private about it, bro. I would more than love to talk to you about politics, especially in this state. The politics in the state has to do a lot of changing too. But what I'm saying is that Obama did absolutely nothing that I thought he was coming in
No.
there to do. He
No.
didn't give me no hope. I had hope that he was going to do something, and then when he left, all my hope was like, damn, I ain't got no hope.
Right. It just you felt betrayed, really. Bernie Sanders' statement earlier about the Democrats losing is the perfect statement as to what us as the American middle class really feel. Well, I didn't see his
Yeah,
statement.
I didn't see his statement. Hold on, let me look it up.
We're gonna find that real quick. Doug says that's why they stopped saying the Pledge of Allegiance, so nobody remembers it's a republic. Dude, listen, and it's funny because when I say that sometimes I'm saying when they try to take God out of it, I'm like, God is in, it says, under God for which it stands. Like what's the hard part about that? But see, once again, going back to people being in their emotions, and it's not just women, it's men too, getting into their emotions behind something and not really looking at what is being said, what's being put on paper, the movement that these people are making. You're just like, oh, it's a woman. This is going to be great. Is it really? Is it really?
Oh, yeah. Bernie Sanders said, quote by Bernie Sanders, Democrats shouldn't be surprised middle class abandoned its disastrous campaign for Trump. Wow.
That's deep.
And he's Democrat all the way.
That's deep.
Mind you, Bernie Sanders is one of the Democrats that voted against the bill for the border when they tried to put that border bill out because it was interlaced with sending more money overseas to Ukraine and Israel, and that's why they said no.
Love you too, Antoinette.
Was she gone?
She says, I love you guys.
Love
Bonetta
you too.
said, because how you going to take the creator out of the creation? Say it for the people in the back.
Man. They lost sight. United States has lost sight on what they're supposed to be doing. And it's a big problem. And for the government to be losing sight of who they're supposed to really be protecting and upholding is a problem.
Adam says in Texas, they say the Pledge of Allegiance and the Texas Pledge of Allegiance. Only two flags are allowed in the classroom, the U.S. flag and the Texas flag, which is what it's supposed to be.
Right.
In actuality. ISIS says, y'all said the Pledge of Allegiance was bad, though. I stopped saying it in elementary.
Right. And reason why my family doesn't say it, because we're not U.S. citizens. We're Americans.
That's the difference.
We pledge allegiance to the republic for which it stands. We don't
One
pledge
nation
allegiance
under
to the United States.
Right. It's a difference. He said, oh, no, Bernie is an independent. He's a socialist straight up. Did he change over?
Bernie, I was told, don't quote me on that. I was told that Bernie Sanders was a Democrat, but let me see.
Hey, Chris said, Bonetta, you single? I'm really liking the way you think. Chris trying to get a hot one. Louis Franco, yes, sir. Shout out to my old DTG fam in here. By the way, yes, sir.
Yeah,
DTG
it
in
says
the building.
Bernie Sanders, he is a self-described democratic socialist. So he is a Democrat.
Adam says he's a communist.
Could be. You never know.
I believe both, actually. ISIS, when we broke down the Pledge of Allegiance, he says that makes sense. Of course, baby. You know your parents make sense.
Yeah, U.S. citizens are foreigners.
Right.
And U.S. citizens are considered the enemies of state, according to the Constitution.
And you can't.
Americans are a part of the republic. We're not a part of the United States.
Of the soil, of the land. It's ours. And once again, you can't be a citizen of a corporation or of a piece of paper. The United States of America is a corporation.
It's a corporation.
It is not a country. I keep telling you that. And if you don't believe me, go look it up for yourself.
Right.
The United States of America is a corporation.
It's a corporation. It's a union between all the states. And that's the reason why we don't have a flag. We have a Star-Spangled Banner. But, that's a whole nother show.
That's a whole nother show.
Yeah, now we're talking about
law. That's why
it's
not called a flag. It's called a banner.
It's called a Star-Spangled Banner, not a flag. We call it a flag for short.
Chris. Bonetta says she is a very single woman of God. Chris says, for real, if Bonetta is married, then her husband is blessed. Leah says, Priorities are in the wrong spot. We need to take care of our hardworking Americans. Breaks my heart how many Americans are out there struggling while handing out monies instead of helping Americans rebuild.
Right. And Leah,
Dead
we
ass.
agree. We agree. And it's
Dead
all under
ass.
Democratic rule. It's all under Democratic rule. Is why, and what we're, the economy we have is because of the Democrats. They've been in office for 12 years.
Oh, Chris said he noticed. He said, and see, that's that fake news that Donald Trump be talking about, Chris. He said, I just noticed on the news that Bernie was labeled as an independent.
Okay.
I'm like, yeah, he said maybe they fucked up. Possibly.
They might have, and
Possibly.
and that's where the news be messing shit up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But, you know, in the gist of
and he might be a flip-flopper.
Could be.
Yeah, because he says as a senator, he was an independent. But now that he ain't nothing, he's a democratic socialist. When Sanders campaigned for presidency in 2016, United States, it was in the Democratic primaries. So he's a flip-flopper. He a chameleon.
ISIS says, y'all think we'll ever beat the two-party system?
Probably not. Probably not, because it's written in the Constitution.
When the robots take over, yeah.
Constitution is what governs our countries.
And the Constitution is law.
Right.
You know, not your legislation.
We're not talking about legislation.
Yeah.
That's legal.
Yeah.
When law and legal is two different things.
Two different things.
Yeah.
And people think that they're one and the same. And I'm here to tell you.
Especially cops. Cops think cops think that policies is laws.
Policies
and they're not.
have nothing to do with law.
Yeah, they're
like
not.
I say, the Constitution says you have the right to bear arms. It don't say you have the right to bear arms if you're a felon.
It's not an if-then statement.
It doesn't say any of that.
Yeah.
So you felon or not, you got the right to bear arms.
Right.
Period.
You just
That's your
to,
constitutional right.
You just have to know how to go fight it in court.
You just got to know exactly. And they're going to.
If you say the right thing.
And if you go to the right court.
Right.
You can't go downtown because that's not your court.
No, that's not even law court.
That's not even law court.
Yeah,
that's for your that's your judicial bullshit.
That's a legal court.
Right. You go to the Supreme where it matters. That's why you're a Supreme Court judge. Let's think about it. When we vote, we voting for Supreme Court justices. We're not talking about the people that's downtown in the court. They don't want to give a shit who sit on that bench. And that's why they're called commissioners. They're not even called judges. But when you're talking about a real judge, you're talking about your Supreme Court justices. Those are the people we vote for. Those are important to us.
Yeah, the Constitution is the law of the land. And everything that's written outside of that could be bust down by the Constitution if you know how to do it.
If you know how to do it.
Yeah. And you have to know what court you're in and where to put the proper paperwork in which court.
Adam says the only senator rated further to the left than Bernie was Kamala, in case y'all didn't know.
Right, for sure.
Robots, that's my few. There go Chris. ISIS, yes, if we started embracing Republic ideologies instead of Democrats, yes, we can beat a two-party system. I don't know, the robots is going to take over. That's when we going to beat it. ISIS says robots really finna run this country up, turn the country up.
Right.
I'm saying it's finna happen, man. Chris says, yes, especially in family court, never accept a commissioner, always demand a judge. You can fire them all day long. They say the wrong shit. And that's what I was telling another friend of mine. I was like, dude, if the judge say some shit you don't like, tell them they fired and get another judge.
Right.
You can do that all day long. Nah, you biased. I don't like the way you talking. We not gonna let you see or hear this case another step further. You're dismissed. That can be done. What people don't understand is we the people, we the people, we the people. We run this shit. We the people. Understand that. You're not understanding that, and you're leaving it up to these politicians to lie to you, to pull a wool over your eyes, to make you believe that things are not what they seem. But we the people.
And honestly, man, we need to make some changes in our school system. Like they need to be teaching civics every year. Like from grade 5 all the way to the time that they graduate from high school, they should be teaching civics every year. Every year, so they can understand the government that they're under. Like a lot of these people don't even know what the Constitution says.
Right. Right. And that's the part that's kind of crazy. And then even when you tell them,
They think you lying.
They still question
They
it.
think you. No, they don't question it. They swear up and down that you a liar.
But my thing is, okay, if I'm lying, then tell me how I'm lying.
Right. Especially when it's written right here.
I mean, I'm reading it.
Right.
Like, damn, what more do you want me? I'm reading it to you. Tell me how I'm wrong.
If you can teach English all the years of school, you should be teaching civics right along with it.
Man. But that's because people be in their feelings and
hold on. Let me acknowledge the people that hit the likes in the chat.
Give it to them. No,
Leah, thank you for the thank you and the like. Douglas, thank you for the like. Chris, thank you for the like. Anthony Sonnenberg, thank you for the like, buddy. I appreciate it. Bonetta Glover, thank you for the like. Adam LaRosa, thank you for the like.
Yes, sir.
Mimi, thank you for the like.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
Then who else is on here? Let me see. Antoinette Slaughter, thank you for the like. Stephen Ozuna, thank you for the like. And
appreciate y'all.
Jordan Young, thank you for the like.
Appreciate y'all. Lydia Dominguez and Lorena Cardenas both believe that. Support them, I'm telling you.
Okay.
We'll definitely check into them for sure.
Most definitely. I'm going to be looking them up
Chris
tomorrow.
says, I agree. Teach civics, Sean. You should run for fucking office. Seriously, man. We need some good goddamn common sense. I'll support you. Run for an office, Sean.
I don't make enough money for an office, man. But, hey, if I start getting into that big money, then I might think about it.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But, hey, politics is not the way. I won't say it's not the way for us to go. We never know what's going to happen with us because I'm pretty close to politics. I'm pretty close into it myself just because of the people that I know and associate with.
The only way to prosperity in truth is to come on here, say exactly how you feel, and we just talk it out. That's the problem. People afraid to step on a toe every now and then.
Yeah, and the thing,
like, I'm not afraid to step on your toe and then say, you know what, my bad. If I was wrong, my bad. Let me wipe that off for you, homie.
Here's the thing.
You know what I'm saying?
Tonight was the epitome of that. We all, not everybody agreed, right? But ain't nobody in here cussing nobody out. Ain't nobody in here yelling. Everybody is listening to what everybody has to say, taking it into account and taking it into consideration and going, damn, yeah, I never thought about that. Or I never looked at it that way. That's what this is about.
Chris, I'll think about it. Yeah, Stefan, I know you've been on my head about running for some type of office, but I'll think about it, man. All my kids are almost grown. I'm trying to give what's left of myself to them because I've taken a lot of years from them trying to build a legacy for them. And I'm trying to be around for them. If I go and try to give myself to the public, then that's really going to leave them hanging. I don't want that right now.
Yeah, it definitely got to be a family decision on that situation. He said, be a councilman. Fuck it. Start somewhere.
Right.
We love you too, Leah.
Love you too,
baby. Louis says, Kamala said DJT shut down the border bill, but Democrats shut down a proper border bill, dignity bill that would have actually helped get migrants a pass to legal status while adding border security, eliminate catch and release, a proper vetting and background system for real asylum seekers, and much more without unnecessary government spending. That's all we're saying.
But Louis, it was already set. They didn't have to redo anything. It was already set. Obama had the best bill for the border. He had the best bill for the border.
See, and
it was already set.
People was mad because Obama had kids and babies in cages and shit too, and they was mad. I was like, "Well, is they supposed to be here?"
Right. He was the strictest person on crossing the border.
He was not playing.
Any president ever.
He was not playing.
Man, he was notorious for snatching your kids up and saying,
throwing them in the cage.
He's like, "Oh, you don't want to come back? You don't want to come back?
You better come get little so and
sign this paperwork and do what you're supposed to do." They took their kids right out of school, put them in a cage, and then waited for the parents to come and claim them. That's the best way to do it.
That's how you do it. And so people go, that's inhumane. That's this, that's that. Listen, do not go somewhere where you don't belong. Okay. As a parent, I'm a mama bear for real. I die for mine. I'm not going to put mine in harm's way by taking them somewhere without proper paperwork, trying to obtain it. I'm going to let you know who I am. I'm going to let you know that me and my family good. You ain't got nothing to worry about with us. So let's go through the motions so we can get straight. So you know we good and we can go with frolic freely. That's how I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna sneak in here and try to hide my kids. And now my kids caught up. Now I gotta come out and be like, oh damn, they got my babies now. That's what he did, and I support it. I support it.
Stefan, I know you want to step on my toe, man, but I mean, it's all good, man. It's all good.
Fuck your toe.
Adam says Sean County Commissioner or State Assembly. I'll think about it, y'all. Just let me get a couple.
Said or State Senate would be cute.
Let me get a couple more years. Give me about 3 more years, and then everybody will be grown enough to do what they need to do in my house.
Oh yeah, we would see him get snatched up in class, literally.
Yeah,
literally for sure. But that's what it's supposed to be. Listen, man, we're not gonna stay on here too long because my husband gotta go to work.
Let me close it out with this. After all that was said tonight, don't get me wrong. What my beliefs is: strong family, God first, man, women, then children, in that order. I'm not concerned about who needs an abortion, who doesn't. What I'm concerned about is taking our country back to where we can all thrive and be prosperous. And from what happened in the last 12 to 16 years, it's been just a crazy shit show.
Yeah, for sure.
And people need to understand that. We need to come to the realization that what has been done in the past wasn't good enough for our future. And if we want our kids to have a promising future in the future from here on out, we as us as the ones that fucked everything up, we need to fix it now, take the bullet, take the hit to the pocket or whatever it's going to be, so our kids in their later days can handle and do what they need to do. But we're messing it up from them.
That's facts.
By voting the way we've been voting.
You got to think, man.
We're really messing it up for our children. And we got to remember, we ain't going to be here all the time.
Nah.
The average man on earth dies before 70 years old.
Which is crazy.
In between 70 and 76 years old, that's the average man on earth. I think women are 5 more years than that.
Yeah.
If I look up the stats.
It's 10, I think.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. And so what I'm saying is this. The choices we make today, and I love this quote. This is from I can't remember the movie. The choices we make today dictate the life we lead tomorrow.
Well, I used to say the choices you make today dictate your future.
That's the same thing. That's the same thing I just said.
Because people like, don't live in the past. I'm like, well, the past is the present. The present
is the past. The present is the past. The present is a representation of what the past was.
The past was.
So if you make bad choices today, tomorrow gonna be fucked up.
That's why your credit bad today, because of the choices you made.
Exactly.
In the past.
That's why you can't get the car you want.
Right.
That's why you broke, because you're too busy buying Jordans and fake Gucci belts from fucking Shein and all them and Temu. Instead of taking that money and putting it in an avenue where you can make more money. But no, you'd rather look good today instead of being good tomorrow.
Right. Ooh, you say that one more time for the people in the back. You rather look good today instead of being good for tomorrow. That's deep.
Any questions? Let's put up the question banner, baby.
Yeah, let's get to it.
Let me put that up there. There you go. You got it?
I got you. I'm on it tonight.
Any questions for us? Sorry, but look.
Sorry, not sorry.
The whole purpose of having these conversations is for our legacies. If you are not talking about your legacies, why are you here?
Yeah.
Go to Dubai. Go kick it. Go travel the world.
Right.
Why are you worried about politics if you're not worried about legacy?
Right. Because at the end of the day, I say it all the time. I used to say it to my kids, and my kids didn't understand this until they got older. And I'm like, dude, it comes down to this. Fuck your feelings. It's not about your feelings.
You're correct, baby. It's getting to the point where us who fuck things up have to decide and say, you know what? It's time to get out of debt. I'm talking about spiritual debt, political debt.
Release the chains.
Release the chains. Fix that shit for the people coming from behind us.
Yep, for sure. Chris said, questions? Nope. I love you too. I'm just glad I have you in my life. Gangster real. Love you both. We love y'all too, man. Everybody that love us, we love you.
We love y'all too. I hope y'all had a good show tonight.
We appreciate you.
And thank you for chiming in like you guys do. We appreciate y'all every week. Next week, we got something greasy for y'all. I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Woo!
But hey, how did y'all like the new thumbnail? Me and my wife put that together. Did you like the thumbnail for the show?
No, he did it himself. He's cute.
She helped me out.
ISIS says it's 81 for women, 77 for men for age life expectancy USA.
Yep. And what are we doing?
And
What are we
Bonetta
doing to
says-
make sure that our legacies are straight?
Bonetta said it because it says in scripture that the children pay for the sins of their parents.
Of their parents.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Bonetta.
The scripture says it,
Thank you.
it says of your fathers, but I mean that might be the NIV
Right
there. What you just read.
Right.
Bonetta.
And that's why we be so rough on our kids and we let them know, listen, you don't know what I'm doing and what I'm going through for you. You don't understand that everything I do is about you and your children. So
I love you, ISIS. Damn.
Oh, we love you. We love you, baby. Yeah. I don't want no problems. She'll be here soon. No problems at all. Steph says, shit, you tell me every time we have a heart to heart, you tell me fuck your feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my favorite line, bro.
That's our line.
That's my favorite line.
That's
Like
our line, straight up.
And my kids didn't understand it till they got older.
Yeah.
See, that's where it starts, Sean. Hiding facts from the community may as well tell us what's going on next week now.
Yeah. Bonetta, you're correct. It is your father's. I'm sorry to correct you, but yeah, if the NIV might say it the other way, the King James version says your father's, and any version before the King James version says your father's.
Yeah.
The sins of your fathers.
Yeah, we must have missed your comment, boo boo. We sorry, but you know we love you, girl. Y'all shout out to my baby who was out there doing her thug thizzle. ISIS is in the building. Listen, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here.
Y'all have a blessed evening. Hopefully,
y'all
everybody.
President is back.
Yeah. Yeah. Though he's not a cute guy, he's an ugly motherfucker. But it is what it is. Y'all get in line and help us rebuild what we fucked up. You can't blame it on the president. We the ones that voted for him.
Yeah.
We voted for all this fucked up shit.
Yeah.
So we got to go ahead and change it and make it right.
That part right there. Y'all tune in next week. It's going to be an awesome show.
I'm Sean Cheltenham, and I'm one of the hams.
And I am Treasure Cheltenham, and I, too, am one of the hams, and this is...
This is the Ham Show, y'all. Y'all watching the Ham Show every Wednesday night, 8 p.m.
8 p.m.
We're trying to get into the schedule, more things in the week.
Listen,
we're working some things out.
The new year is going to bring some new stuff for y'all. So stay tuned. Y'all know we always working on some stuff. The cooking show is coming. There's going to be some new stuff in the new year. There's going to be a new look in the new year.
Oh, I'm almost done with the budget ebook.
Oh,
give me another couple weeks, or depending on my schedule. I'm almost done with the budget ebook, so you'll be able to get that for $3.
Nice.
And that helps me, with
with
all the work we had to do.
We're gonna release the ham website in the beginning of the year,
and you'll be able to get the budget ebook, and then
ham hats,
and then and my wife should be doing what do you call it, a cooking ebook soon too.
Yes,
hey,
I will.
I'm only wearing. I don't watch sports, Adam, so I'm wearing the hat because I like the colors, bro. It has nothing to do with the team. I really don't know who's on that team. I don't even know the history of that.
Hey,
team.
Man, listen, Adam, I'm from LA, man. I'm from LA. He from LA too. Don't get it twisted. We California.
No, I'm not from LA. I was born in California, but I'm from Las Vegas.
Oh, hell no.
I was raised in Las Vegas.
Listen, God bless you all. We thank you guys for watching faithfully every week. We thank you for sharing faithfully every week. We wish you peace and blessings to you.
Peace and blessings to
your
all.
families. Be safe. Don't take no wood nickels. And guess what we'll do? We'll see y'all next week.
And if I offended you, it's because I touched home, and maybe you need to reevaluate what you got going on.
I concur. If I offended you, you definitely might want to think about what I said, because sometimes the truth hurts, and we need to kind of.
He said, "Sean ain't from Cali."
I don't want to say it like we need to hurt people's feelings, but sometimes we need to kind of touch home so that you can look at what you're doing or what you're saying, and that's the problem now. We're so against hurting people's feelings or getting them emotional.
Mm-hmm.
And if I love you, I'm going to tug on you a little bit and say, hey, man, you tripping.
Right.
Think about what you're doing. Think about what you're saying. Think about what you're standing for. Let's look at principalities and things of that nature. Let's just not, so if I do that to you, it's because I love you. Don't get offended. Be better. Love y'all. We out. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful evening, a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Love you, Icy.
Icy Ice. We out.